Something tells me this is...
Clive.
Joshua, what's wrong?
I've received word from Cyril. The Undying.
His will.
In the crypt, beneath, after Kupka was kind enough to drive out the Imperials, the Undying took the opportunity to recover what relics, and in the process of doing so...
I'm surprised anything.
Cyril asked that I join him in Tabor at my convenience.
Of course. I want to know what's in that letter.
Very well.
There's something about it. I feel like it's calling to me.
Sid, I was wondering if you...
It depends what...
A bearer, but recently freed from his... As you know, the work we do is not easy.
I don't mind, but...
Because he wants... Our ranks are filled with men and women capable of breaking chains and putting slavers to the sword. But scouting, we're few with the nose for that, which is... And since he accompanies you on so many of your missions, I thought you might be better placed to reckon...
Sounds reasonable.
So you're happy to oversee the boys' test, then?
One can never...
True or word, I'll let the initiate know that he is to proceed directly to Northreach.
No time like the present.
No time like the present.
Northreach. I don't suppose they could have chosen somewhere closer. Vivian, and I'd be happy to help you find the book.
Thank you, Clive. But tracking it...
Please. It's only right that I...
You are to... Alas. I spoke with Harpocrates to see if he had any ink... But perhaps...
If you say so.
Forgive me, but this book... It set me on the path...
All this time, my heart has wandered hither and thither in search of the perfect companion. When all along he was here, standing right beside me. All this time.
What do you think happened to Miss Middle?
Sid!
With what?
No!
It's Miss Middledore. She's very strange.
When she is, she acts like we aren't even...
In the class.
That's what I...
Well, she does have a lot on...
Not long...
Then it's probably just about the Enterprise.
You didn't break it, did you, Sid? Don't listen to her. Even...
But who's gonna put Miss Middledore back?
Why don't I go?
You do that. She's in her...
Don't scare him.
Thanks for the warning. Mid.
That's it! I knew it! The answer was right here under me. If this doesn't steer to the skies, nothing...
To the sky? You aren't trying to give the
What else would I be doing?
The children seem to think you're avoiding them. Is this really so important?
The Enterprise is already the fastest ship in the realm. But what if she weren't bound to the waves? It's not fair. The gods get the skies all to themselves. The Fallen had their chance, but they relied too much on magic. And see where that... But not me. I've discovered... Well, almost.
And is that a one-woman?
Are you volunteering? But if her godfather's offering to lend a hand, first I'll need oil, and not just some old drippings from Miss Molly's spits in the Tub and Crown. Then I'll need some bone, or...
If it's beast bones you're after.
No, they'll know where you might find some.
I should speak with one of the curse breakers before I set off for Old Hill. See if I can't find this bone while I'm there as well.
Has Midadol mentioned a new project yet?
Not exactly. She seems preoccupied.
I will not let them be forgotten. Cid.
Of course.
It is an honor to... My name is Herman. I wish to be deployed.
No. I will not send good men and women. Why would you want to go back?
I need to retrieve something. I was raised, or rather, it was not a place of nurture. We were tortured. Until we... And few ever survived long enough.
I can't imagine.
I lost so many. But they must be remembered. The Institute was run with military precision. Cid.
You were a good friend. The fact remains, Cid. Too dangerous for you. I'll go to Bad Buck.
You will?
I won't let you...
I don't...
You can start by telling me what...
Vida Grace.
All right.
May the mothers... The plains of Vida Grace have haunted my dreams.
All right, Cid.
Only if you earn it. Mid needs a piece of light but durable bone for her next project.
Most bones are the same. Well, if it's durability you're looking for...
I do. Will any old adamant...
Well, with shells, the older the harder. But don't expect to make quick work of them.
I'll keep that in mind.
How are you doing? Don't be a stranger, eh?
Oh, I wasn't expecting you back so soon. Come again. I may have more for you.
Back to Tabor then. Not to be reunited with Yotei this time, but with Father.
The bearer of the burning quill is within, my lord.
Your Grace?
Cyril.
Yes. If you would do us the...
An inheritance.
It would seem the late Archduke...
The day before we left for...
What are these plans? His plans for the duchy, Your Grace. Your father entrusted them to the complete emancipation of bearers. But your father's dream did not end there. His Grace also spoke of building, with the blight spreading ever more widely across the twins. Archduke Elwyn saw... He wished to see men and bearers treated as equals. Small wonder he did not think it achievable. But he thought it achievable nonetheless. Nor would he have entrusted those who would have stood with you.
It's a pity,
But one, at least...
What do you mean?
Mayhap it is better that, after all, the duties entrusted to me by my predecessor...
And where is this?
She awaits you in the Ark.
Thank you, Cyril. Shall we then?
This is the Required Tree, an archive where we of the Undying collect and collate our findings. Fragment of ultimate truth.
The Undying are not the only secret fellowship in this realm, you know. There are others, each working for their own ends. Why? Not so very long ago, a society committed to discovering how one might cast magics without a catalyst was found to be operating throughout Valisthea. They were denounced as heretics, rooted out, and driven from our shores, never to be seen again.
My lord, your grace. I hardly recognize you. I am Goditha, retainer of House Rosfield, loyal servant to the Phoenix and his shields. Your father, the Archduke Elwyn, entrusted me with the delivery of a gift. I only hope you can forgive my tardiness in bringing it to you.
Lift up your head, Lady Goditha. You have our gratitude for your service to our house and to our father.
I merely did my duty, as any proud Rosarian would.
My lady, perhaps you could explain a little more? What exactly is the gift you bring?
As I'm sure you know, it has long been the custom for the children of House Rosfield to be presented with certain keepsakes.
Indeed it has.
And had he lived to see it, he would have presented you with the treasure's Ibex. Alas, he had intended to claim the Heartstone with which, but it was not to be.
I
see.
It saddens me to bring them before you, as it was your father's wish that you be presented with the finished articles. Not these, but with his grace long since gone, and the stone left unclaimed. You are grown men now, and his house is yours. And while I would not presume to insist upon your claiming the Heartstone in his stead, I know that nothing would have pleased him more than for you to do so.
Thank you.
What say you, Clive?
What else? Of course, my lady. May our father's will be done.
Oh, I am much obliged.
Do you know where we might find this Heartstone, my lady?
I do. Though it may be a matter of a good deal more than simply happening upon it. It is found in the bellies of elder griffins, you see. We do at least know where to find one. A certain specimen has made its nest in Titan's Wake, not far from here.
A certain specimen?
You are most perceptive, Your Grace. In answer to your unspoken question, yes. In fact, this is the very same beast your father meant to slay. I have been tracking its movements since you were but a boy. Were you to slay it in his stead, as men of House Rosfield, it would surely make your father proud.
What say you, Joshua?
What else?
Good girl. Faster! This might take a while. Eyes peeled, Josh. Well. Straight home now.
There it is.
The House Rosfield. Is this the Heartstone?
I expect Lady Goditha will know.
Thank the Founder you were safe. The Griffin is slain then?
And the Heartstone claimed.
Yes. This radiant luster, like frozen flame. It is just as your father does. Thank you, your father.
Lady Goditha.
Thank you, Cyril. If you would excuse me, I shall have the stone cut and set forthwith. The armband, pray. Take. Heartstone is harder and more enduring than garnet, or even root. And the graven vines encircling the stone represent the unbreakable bonds between you.
It's a message. Father knew we had enemies both inside and out, enemies who would thwart his vision.
And only if we stood together.
Indeed. But this was more, it was a promise.
Thank you for remaining the steadfast.
Forgive me, my lady. There is something I don't quite. The Undying told me that after Father died, Mother claimed all, even if the armbands were incomplete. So, how we...
Because I was the keeper of the vault. Though I was but a lowly servant, your father spoke to me of the deep love. In the days before the disaster at Phoenix Gate, I discovered that the Duchess had ordered her jewellery. I tried to warn your father, but when word of the fire reached Rosalith, I knew my time was short.
And thank the Fount.
Yet my duty to your father was incomplete. Not knowing what else to do, I followed the Griffin, thinking I might, and so my pursuit continued. He informed me that His Grace's will had...
Lady Goditha, on behalf of my father...
As do I.
Thank you, Mike, for coming back to it. I remain your faithful servant, my lord.
The banns. See, it must be gratifying to finally receive.
It is.
If you would permit me to play my part a little longer, let him see that you have received his...
I suppose it would be church. What do you say, Clive? Shall we pay Father a visit?
I think we should. I was hoping to be able to offer him my thanks.
Your father's helm is enshrined there. Since the day we recovered it from... I prithee, claim it. For it, and I do not doubt that your father would prefer it in...
Thank you, sir. Come on, Clive.
Come on.
Unwavering will and an unbreakable bond. Do you really think we're strong enough?
Save the world? Of course. To have overcome Father's political enemies? That I'm less certain. Especially knowing what we know now. What Mother was truly capable of. But perhaps these bands would have helped. Knowing he was with us would have made all the difference.
It's just back there.
You deserve a rest.
Father always fought for what he believed was right. It wasn't until that night at Phoenix Gate that I realized I had never fought for anything. I always had someone else to do the fighting for me.
No matter how fate conspired against him, he never lost heart, never looked back, never stopped fighting. To me, he was the greatest of men. And I've been trying to live up to his ideals ever since.
We all have, Clive. We all have. And we'll keep trying. Because that's what he would have wanted.
What he would have done himself. Even if it meant standing against the very gods in the heavens.
I shall be borrowing this, Father, if I may. That you might watch over us as we follow in your footsteps.
We won't lay you down.
Onward then?
Onward.
And to a new beginning.
Make sure you do this time. Oh, and while you're at it... Clive, if you see me dad up there, tell him we were right to leave his legacy with you.
Tell him he'll be in the front row. There's no way he'd miss this. Well, behave yourself, Mitt.
We'll see.
So, you're in charge now, Gav.
And what does Tyr have to say about that? Come back before she finds out, eh?
Thank you, Yote. I'm sorry.
Your Grace, I shall pray for your safe return.
That's kind of you. But you should pray he took his medicine. I didn't spend all night grinding herbs for his lordship to leave them on his nightstand. Again.
You needn't fear, Lady Tyr. And thank you.
See that your brother comes back in one piece. Or, at most, two. Any more and you can heal him yourself.
I'll keep that in mind.
Well, there's nothing to say that hasn't already been said. But that's never stopped me before, so just you do what needs doing. And don't worry about us.
We'll do our best, Uncle.
That we will.
If that is all?
Not quite. Jill.
It's time, isn't it?
It is. Take care of him. And you. You take care of her too, boy.
Don't forget, Clive. We all choose our own path. Believe in yours. I do.
I'll be back. I promise. I love you, Jill.
I know. I love you too.
No. We have a god to kill.
Here they come! Hold on, Joshua!
Already am!
So, this is Origin.
A far cry from heaven.
Where it all began. Where it all begins. Our ark. Your architect.
There you are.
It was here that we slumbered. Here that we waited for centuries, clinging to our decrepit shell, for fear that we might have need of it once again. But you have come at last. And now we shall be truly complete.
Well, there's 3 of us and 1 of him. Let's make it count.
We will show you what it means to suffer. armies surrendered, this unpleasantness could have been avoided.
Clive! Clive! No! Thank the Founder.
Did I mention you look terrible?
That makes two of us.
Oh, I'll be all right.
And Dion. Take my hand.
No, I told you, I'll be...
Come on.
Thank you.
Press on.
Always.
I'm sorry about Dion.
Don't be. Please. He did what he had to do.
And it's time we did the same. Should we stop?
Because of the cough. No, I think we're past that, Clive.
I suppose we are.